Welcome back to the channel, everyone, where we love talking about movies and more. I'm your host, Mason Phillips, and today we got a trailer reaction for KRAVEN the Hunter, the official trailer that has dropped. There was a teaser trailer that we got several months back, but now we got a new official trailer for KRAVEN the Hunter. It was confirmed that this movie is going to be an R-rated film coming later this December. Now, I will admit, as far as the Sony Marvel films go, right outside of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the movies that sit outside of the MCU, produced by Sony, have been very hit and miss to be very emphasized here as far as the live action side of things go, with movies like Morbius and recently Madam Web. I did a review for Madam Web earlier this year. You can check that out on the channel. It was one of the first videos that I put up, and I really didn't like that movie. I don't think it was well written, well produced, well directed, well acted at all. I thought every single element of that movie, for the most part, was a huge disappointment. And if that's the direction we're going with these Marvel Sony films, I do not want any more of them, but I will admit I have some hope for KRAVEN the Hunter. The Venom series seems to be working, so not all of these movies are failing. Some of them do work, and so I'm hoping that KRAVEN leans more on the Venom side rather than the Morbius and Madam Web side. The animated films have been doing great. Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse, they've been doing wonderfully. I'm so excited to see Beyond the Spider-Verse when we get that eventually, and so I have hope for KRAVEN the Hunter. I'm hoping it'll be good, but I'm also going in a little trepidatious. I'm a little worried about how this movie may come out after the reception of Madam Web, so hoping that this movie will be 10 times better. These films have nowhere to go but up at this point. We've got Venom: The Last Dance and KRAVEN the Hunter as the next two Sony Marvel films, and so I'm excited for this movie, curious about this movie, another one of these Spider-Man adjacent films. It's really weird that they keep pushing all of these villains, but there's no Spider-Man involved at all. So what are they going to do with this film? I'm really curious to see. Let's go ahead and jump right into this trailer reaction. Before we do that, remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you get notified when new videos go live on this channel. When you guys do that, it always helps me out. I greatly appreciate it. Now, let's get on with the reaction.
My son,
Russell Crowe.
we are hunters, the greatest the world has ever known.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Охотник до сказки.
Sure, it's a myth.
Каждый сказки есть правда.
Bloody violence.
Who's next?
So he's in prison, escaped prison, okay.
I heard the noise of thunder.
Johnny Cash.
What are you like your father? A gangster? A killer?
Oh.
And I heard a voice. And behold, hell followed with him. There's a man going round taking
Oh my
names,
gosh.
My son,
and he decides who to free and who to blame.
is an animal stronger than you can imagine.
Rhino.
On your arm will stand up.
Tell me about this hunter.
Some are born and some are died.
Once you're on his list, there's only one way off.
When the man comes around. When the man comes around. Whoever is unjust,
You think you're some kind of honor, some kind of code.
he'll be unjust too.
You're just another man
Whoever is righteous,
hunting for a trophy,
let him be
Okay.
righteous too.
just like our father.
When the man comes around. When the man comes around.
Embrace who you really are, son.
More of a classic look. Oh. Oh, there's the Rhino.
And you will become a legend.
When the man comes around. When the man comes around.
All right, so just watched the trailer for KRAVEN the Hunter, the official trailer, and it's not quite what I was expecting. I didn't expect to hear a Johnny Cash song played through there. I feel like they were trying to manipulate us into going back to that trailer style that we got when Logan came out, of course, using Johnny Cash's Hurt. And then this song that was played in the trailer when the man comes around, that was played at the end credits of Logan. So are we hearkening back to Logan in this R-rated feel because Deadpool and Wolverine just came out? Probably. They're probably trying to pull on our emotions because we just got Deadpool and Wolverine, and that was a very well-received R-rated film, has ties to Logan and, of course, the previous Deadpool films. And they're very well-regarded R-rated comic book movies. They're in the Marvel Comics sphere, and so I think that's what Sony's trying to do, is get us kind of in that same feel. But I will admit there's a few things that are still not quite working for me. I could see this movie going in a very, very bad direction, getting so muddled in all the family drama that we lose the excitement of this film. What this trailer is promising, it is promising a lot of excitement, and I'm hoping it leans more on that, more on the John Wick style fighting, the violence, the fighting, action of it all. We got characters like Rhino coming into this, looks so much better than the Paul Giamatti version that we got in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. That element's cool, and whatever Kraven's doing here, escaping from prison, going on the run, looking for these trophies, hunting these guys down. I don't really know what the plot overall is supposed to be about. Is he trying to gain his father's approval? So I'm not really sure where it's going to be going as far as the plot and the story is concerned, but some of the stuff looks really cool. There's a few things as far as some of the dialogue and some of the family drama that I'm a little worried about. I'm hoping that this doesn't lean into the downfalls of the Sony films in the past with Morbius and Madam Web. So hoping that this is one of the stronger films, maybe even better than the two Venom films that we've gotten. And I just want a good, solid action B-movie film. You know, I don't need anything really highbrow. I don't need like this best comic book movie of all time. I just want a good action film in theaters, and I love those kind of films. Love The Beekeeper earlier this year with Jason Statham. If it can be at least as good as that, then I'll be happy. That's all I really need out of this kind of movie. But again, it being a Sony Marvel film, they've been missing so hard lately, especially with the live action films. The animated films have been fine. Let's not worry about the animated films, but the live action films, they have been missing it. The Venom films have been working, but Morbius didn't work. Madam Web definitely didn't work. So I'm hoping KRAVEN the Hunter can be the exception to the rule. And it's not just the Venom films that will work, but KRAVEN the Hunter, hopefully he'll work too. And so again, I have the highest of high hopes for this movie, but I'm going a little trepidatious, I'm a little cautious about what we might be getting, but good cast, like Aaron Taylor Johnson, Russell Crowe is always a win. So hoping that this movie's gonna be good. Got a lot of hope for it, and also got a lot of concern for it. Let me know what you thought of the trailer for KRAVEN the Hunter down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, what you're hoping to get out of this movie, what you're hoping they steer clear of, just what you're excited for in general out of this film. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you get notified when new videos go live on this channel. When you guys do that, it always helps me out, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Hope you all have an awesome and a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.